everyone, and welcome to the continuation of Step 5 from our Awakening in 30 Steps. Last post, we started the elimination of vice and the cultivation of virtue by way of the mentor bond. And in this post, we're going to go into that mentor bond because it is comprised of what's called a 7-step bonding process. Now, I got that language from my mentor 20 years with Joe Luizzo, who was a psychiatrist, and really put forward the articulation of this step in a very unique, novel context. You know, it is in the sadhanas, it is in the Tibetan texts, it is part of every visualization practice, but it wasn't until Joe Luizzo's contribution making this sort of likened to a virtual reality therapeutic encounter. And I think that's very important for us as Westerners because it gives a very subtle appreciation, sensitivity and appreciation for just what's happening in the mind, in the context of the relationship. So here we are, we've set up a sacred space, we've set up an altar, made offerings, sat down, adjusted our posture, developed a good motivation, crossed the threshold into our visualization, leaving behind the ordinary world, as Joseph Campbell might say, and entering into the active imagination, entering into the jewel tree sanctuary, calling the mentor from the depths of our heart, and then here we are. Here is the virtual reality psychotherapeutic encounter with the mentor, comprised of 7 steps. The first step is to admire. The second step is to make offerings. The third step is to disclose negativities, limits. The fourth step is to rejoice in virtues. The fifth step is to request guidance. The sixth step is to request presence. And the seventh step is to dedicate the merit. Now, each of these steps is not random. Each step is particularly positioned, again, in a very intelligent asana sequence to mirror how a relationship deepens in ordinary life. But because it's our active imagination, we can have basically virtual reality sessions of psychotherapy at no cost as many times as we would like, at least just once a day. Far more cost effective and with much more benefit over the long run. So the first step, admire, has a particular use, and that is to reverse the negativity bias of our brain. So over the course of evolution, we've been primed to really pay attention to people's flaws and limits because they might hurt us. And so we're ever on guard and in a way at least I have become jaded. And in a way, once you become jaded and disappointed and no longer believe in the ordinary magic of human beings, you're closed off. And if you're closed off, you're on your own. So the first step is really about orienting our minds to the good. Orienting our minds to the good through admiration of the good qualities in our mentor. Once we're oriented and we're heading in the right direction, then we can make an offering. Okay, if I was cooking at my house and inviting you to dinner, you wouldn't show up empty-handed. You'd probably bring a bottle of wine, some flowers, maybe a dessert. And why would you do that? You do that because for long as we have been civilized, we have been in a dance of reciprocity. I give you something, you give me something. I feel entitled to take a bite of what you brought. You feel entitled to take a bite of what I brought. It's reciprocity. It's exchanging of energy. It feels good. I can give and I can receive. It has mutual benefit. And what that does is it brings us closer. And so when you make an offering of a flower or some jewels or lamps, sweet incense, and you can turbo boost it too because it's not an actual offering, it's an imagined one. So you can go as far as your mind can conceive. And what that does is it draws you closer to the mentor. When the mentor receives your offering, you feel very close and very safe and protected and sealed. Step 3. disclose your negativities, disclose your limitations, disclose what haunts you. So the prior two steps have served the function of creating the safe container in which you can actually let go of something. Now, in the real world, with your therapist or coach or your yoga teacher, you would never, on the first session, bear all. You need time to feel safe, and you need to feel time to feel supported. You need time to feel like this person really has the right energy to really hold and work with and work through whatever it is that you're coming to their care for. So in this step, this is the step of purification. So really unbound yourself of the burden. Think about the tremendous psychic weight and toll that it costs to keep things at bay, to keep things down, and to keep things concealed. Some part of our being that's acceptable to others gets to move on with life, but the dirty bits, they're frozen in time. And they're, in a way, arrested. And some part of us isn't growing. So this step really recognizes for the whole totality of the psyche to move on, the negativities in our mind, the things that we have held on to, the missteps that we have taken, the unfortunate things that we have done, they have to come out into the light of awareness and be held and worked through, so that they no longer haunt us, that they no longer drive us, that they no longer are sapping us of our energy. They can be released. That's step 3. Very powerful. Powerful purification. Step 4 now. Once you have oriented yourself towards the good qualities of the mentor, made an offering to feel close and safe, let go of your negativities, at least brought them to the light of day, then you can rejoice in your merit. So this is the inverse step. Work on your negativity, try to eliminate it, cultivate virtue. So here this is a step of reinforcing the good. Reinforcing the good. What good things are you doing? What virtues are you cultivating? What positive direction have you been going in? What skills are you developing? What are the great things that you have been doing? They need acknowledgement. They need acknowledgement to be reinforced and to grow. So in the presence of your mentor, rejoice in your good qualities, but don't stop in your good qualities. Rejoice in their good qualities, and don't stop there. Start rejoicing in all the good qualities of all the people that you know. Celebrate their victories. And my teacher, Geshe Tenzin Zopa, says even if you don't have a victory today, you can always enjoy and rejoice in the virtues of others. You can always celebrate their victories. And when you do, you get a little bit of that merit, a little bit of that benefit. So we have admired the qualities, made offerings, disclosed limits or negativities, rejoiced in the merits. Now we can request the guidance of the mentor. So whatever it is that you need to grow, whatever it is that you want to learn, whatever it is that you want to cultivate, whatever skill you want to develop, ask the mentor to help you. And this is where the self-reliance turns into honest trust and teamwork. It's all about teamwork. Ask the Buddha, ask the mentor, ask the Dalai Lama, ask Tara, please bless me. Please bless me with this skill, tool, insight, knowledge to help me grow. And then you visualize. They send beautiful rainbow nectars into your crown, throat, and heart, and really actively visualize receiving nectar blessings. Now, here's one question for you. From a psychological point of view, where are the blessings really coming from? Where's the mentor really coming from? It's a beautiful reflection. It really is. We're strange creatures. Some part of us needs to project an other out there in order to feel worthy of their praise. It's incredible, but that's how it works. And they knew this. The great ancient Tibetan scientists and psychonauts knew this. So we've done step 1, admire, step 2, offer, step 3, disclose, step 4, rejoice, step 4, request blessing, step 5, request blessing, Now step 6, request their presence. Request their presence. So we've all been abandoned, either emotionally or through evolution. People have died, people have always left, elders have left us, departed, and I think it has left an imprint, a knee-jerk reaction on our psychological consciousness. And so we're hedging our bets, I think. And this step really acknowledges that the power of the mind can transcend the limitations of the body. And so that whoever has departed, whether it be a parent that you love, a teacher that you love, can be accessed on a mental level for eternity, because consciousness is beginningless and endless. So we request the presence of not only the mentor, but the entire jewel tree lineage to be with us always, and to always be with us through thick and thin until enlightenment is achieved. Wow, very powerful. And they're happy to do it. So you imagine the entire jewel tree refuge, all the saints and sages dissolve into your central figure archetype. They dissolve into like a little nectar drop of coalescing all their wisdom and compassion, comes to your crown, drips into your crown, throat, dissolves into your central channel, into your heart chakra. And there they are, the jewel tree sanctuary, and all the wisdom lineage beings are inside of you. They are part of you. And you are the next in the totem. Final step is to dedicate your merit. So just like a great river, channel all your positive energy from all your activities, whether it be asana, prayer, chanting, recitation of text, meditation, visualization, contemplation, real-world action. Dedicate your merit to a single source, the awakening for the benefit of others. And there you have it, the 7-step mentor bonding process, the deep psychology, the psychodrama, the virtual reality simulation of a psychotherapy session with your spiritual mentor. Have it as many times as you want per day. Have as long a session as you want. Totally cost effective, better than Prozac, wonderful for evolution. Thank you, each and every one of you that are posting and joining for the ride. It makes my life so rich and meaningful. I will see you very soon in the next post. Until then, all best wishes.